are so excited to have you here with us today. We truly have an opportunity of a lifetime. But before we move on with our presentation, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Latoya Silman. I am a Ruby ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And I basically got into this by accident. It was 2013 in December. I was a news reporter at a local station in Dallas, and I was getting sick all the time. I was constantly out in the elements, the nature of the job, and my body was just not adjusting to getting up at 2:30 in the morning to be on the air by 5 and being out in those elements. So needless to say, I got sick a lot. Ended up getting swine flu. In fact, spent New Year's Eve last year in the bed with swine flu. I was out of work for 2 weeks, desperate to try to figure out what could I do to get healthy again. And a friend suggested that I get a health coach. Enter Kim Pollock. Kim Pollock, the first thing she did was put me on Plexus Slim. I didn't really have too many high hopes. I just wanted to have maybe a little bit of extra energy and possibly improve my immune system. And I got that and more. With my schedule, I could not sleep. I was always sleeping when I wasn't supposed to be sleeping, and when I needed to be sleeping, I couldn't sleep. It was just awful, a nightmare. And so within a week or two, I noticed I had more energy throughout my day, and I could actually sleep when I was supposed to be sleeping, which is huge when you're going to bed when the sun comes up or when the sun is already up and you're getting up when it's dark outside. So Kim put me on to Plexus Slim, and being the nosy reporter that I am, I started doing some more research and found out about the probio and the bio cleanse, asked her about that. And she was like, yeah, sure, you should definitely try it. And that was really the game changer for me, because not only was I sleeping better and having more energy, I was getting through my workouts because I always worked out, but now I enjoyed them as opposed to dragging through them and getting on my trainer's nerves. Since I was feeling so good, naturally, what do? You tell people about it. And so through my research and the fact that I was feeling good, I learned that Slim was good for diabetics. So my grandmother is a type 2 diabetic. I put her on Plexus Slim, and she's very skeptical, but she went ahead and did it because, like me, she was desperate to feel better. And lo and behold, she started feeling better. Prior to Plexus, she was always not sleeping well but she was always in and out of the hospital. Her sugar was always fluctuating, and that's why she was going to the hospital. And I'm happy to say that since that time, she started in March of 2014, she has not been to the hospital one single time. Got my mom on it, got a whole bunch of people in my family on it, and they started getting off of medications and losing weight. My grandmother lost more than 60 pounds. She's lost the most weight. I lost 27 pounds. But what was more important to us is the fact that we felt so much better, and that people were actually getting off of their high blood pressure medication and their cholesterol medication, because my family, like so many families out there, have been touched by just about any disease you can think of: cancer, heart disease, hypertension, being overweight, diabetes. I mean, we have the full gamut of it. And so Plexus has really been life-changing for us, which is why I felt the need to just tell my story to anyone who would listen. And being a news reporter, I mean, that's what we do anyway, right? We got to get out the breaking news. And so Plexus became my breaking news, and I wanted everyone to feel just as good as I was feeling. And some of my friends got on board. Long story short, being a news reporter, you are under contract. And so I wasn't allowed to do as much with Plexus as I wanted. And that just wasn't okay with me, because I really felt like for the first time in a very long time, I was affecting change. I mean, to see the transformation in my family, I just knew that this was something that I could not keep to myself. And so I made the very tough decision to walk away this past summer from my 14-year journalism career to do Plexus full time. We'll get into a little bit more about the business opportunity, but it is an amazing opportunity. What I did is not that unique. There are so many people who have retired from their corporate America jobs to do Plexus full time because they're not only passionate about it, but they also realize that this is the real deal Holyfield opportunity as well. It's changing lives literally from the inside out and all around. So that's my story. Kim Wilson Pollock, my health coach, the woman who introduced me to this amazing product and this amazing opportunity, will then go ahead and take over. Hey, Kim. Let me go ahead. Hi, Kim.
Hello, everyone. It's so great to be here with you tonight. And Toy's story is just so inspiring. I love hearing it because she definitely was a person that desperately needed Plexus, and I'm so glad that I was blessed enough to introduce it to her. I have a little bit of a different story in terms of why I chose Plexus. Some of you may or may not know that I've pretty much been on a diet my entire life. I was a chubby kid and moved all around the world. Every 3 years, we moved to a new location, and it was tough. And typically when I was young, I would turn to food. And it was got to the point where I was very obsessed with sugar and fast food. And, I got excited about going to the mall, not because I wanted to try on clothes, but because there was this magical place called the Cookie Factory. And I loved to order the double doozy, which was 2 chocolate chip cookies stuffed with icing. And, my favorite holiday was Halloween because I got to come home with a big, huge bag of candy. And as an adult, I continued to have that sugar addiction. My life really didn't change significantly until my mother was diagnosed with cancer. And that completely changed my world. And she was really smart. She decided that she wanted to try and heal her illness with food. And I had never heard of this concept of food as medicine. And I started studying and reading and really followed in my mom's footsteps. We adopted a plant-based diet. Many of you might call that a vegan diet. We didn't eat any meat. We switched to all organic. We started juicing our little butts off. We would make green smoothies together. And she really flourished. Her health flourished. Her immune system improved. Her doctors were all really impressed. Her cancer went into remission. And I felt a lot better. I wasn't free of sugar at that point, but I was definitely feeling better and was eating healthier sugar. So I wasn't stuffing my face full of double doozies or candy corn, but I definitely ate my fair share of vegan cookies, which, were a little bit healthier. Unfortunately, my mom lost her battle to cancer. Her cancer did come back about 5 years after being in remission after a tragic event happened in her life. And she went back to her old ways of eating and started really just emotionally eating and eating a lot of sugar. And she passed away about 4 years ago. And about 4 or 5 months after she passed away is when I decided that I wanted to help people prevent illness, and I wanted to do health and wellness full time. I wanted to become a health coach. So I enrolled in the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I became a holistic health coach, and I thought, hey, I've made it. I'm going to figure everything out, and it's going to be great. Unfortunately, 2 years ago, during Christmas time, I lost 3 members of my family within 3 weeks of each other, rather. I lost my grandfather, my husband's grandmother, and my uncle. And I was devastated. It was Christmas time. I already missed my mom. And I just started binging again. I went back to those old childlike eating patterns of stuffing my face full of sugar and fast food, anything that I could get my hands on. And I just felt awful. And after I came home from 3 funerals on the East Coast, I was basically worn out. I was exhausted. I was depressed. I was grief-stricken. And that is when I discovered Plexus. And it came into my life at a really, really important time because I was desperate for something to help me. As a holistic health coach, I knew what to eat, right? I knew what I was putting into my mouth was not good for me, but I was eating it anyway because I was so depressed and grief-stricken. And when my friend Andrea introduced me to Plexus, I was skeptical. I didn't want to do some fatty weight loss diet because that's what my perception was of Plexus. And I was already on really expensive all organic supplements and they weren't helping me. So why would Plexus help? But again, I just was feeling so terrible. I asked her to send me the ingredients because I was very particular about ingredients. And I was so surprised when I looked at all of the Plexus ingredients to see that they were totally clean, plant-based, gluten-free, and I thought, hey, I'm gonna give this a try. So I started on the pink drink, the ProBio, the Bio Cleanse, and the Accelerator, and within a month, my life completely changed. I was back to the old me. I was feeling super peppy and energetic and positive and motivated. But best of all, I didn't want sugar. For the first time in my life, I didn't crave sugar. And for the first time, I could be in a room with a cupcake and not devour it. And that was a really big deal. And my husband noticed how my mood improved. He noticed that I was saying no to sweets. And he was like, you know, keep taking this Plexus stuff. So one thing led to another. And I started telling people. I couldn't not tell people how great I was feeling. And so a lot of my other health coach friends joined in on the business, which Toy will talk about a little bit later. And of course, Toy joined me as well. And now I am an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And we'll talk a little bit about the perks of becoming an Emerald Ambassador. But what I really want to talk to you guys tonight about is the holidays. They're here. And for many of us, that means weight gain and fatigue and all the things you think about when you overindulge. So I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about what we can do during the holidays to prevent weight gain and prevent fatigue. So I'm going to share my screen. And, you know, I found this cartoon. I thought it was pretty funny. The snowman is talking to the other snowman, and it says, hey, looks like you put on a little weight over the holidays. And he's like, yeah, it's mostly water. So a lot of us gain weight over the holidays because of specific things, right? There are triggers that happen that cause us to gain weight. And here they are: alcohol, sweets, stress, vacation, social pressure, holiday parties. All of these things increase in magnitude during the holidays. A lot of people tend to drink more alcohol, and there are sweets at every turn. Come on, it's like the baking industry really goes full throttle and comes out with every type of cookie and sweet possibly that we can imagine. Our stress increases because of finances, all those presents and gifts to buy. A lot of us go on vacation, and when we're away from home, we tend to indulge because we're not cooking our own meals. And then we have the peer pressure aspect. If you're out with friends and they're drinking and they're indulging, well, gosh, it's so hard to be the left, person out. So you want to sort of engage in that. And then I know a lot of my clients complain about the magnitude of holiday parties they have on their schedule, and that you're kind of expected to drink and partake, especially if it's a work party. So all of these different things trigger weight gain during the holidays. But I do have some good news for you. And the solution to really all of those triggers lies in 3 areas: our blood sugar, our gut health, and inflammation. If we can stabilize our blood sugar, if we can improve our gut health, and if we can decrease inflammation, then we're not going to want to drink as much alcohol. We're not going to crave as many sweets. And we're not going to feel bloated and gain weight, because inflammation, when it decreases, we actually feel a lot lighter and a lot thinner. So what I want you to understand is these 3 things are really the big cause of all of those triggers that enable you or cause you to want to go after all of those different things during the holidays. So let's talk about how Plexus can help in these 3 areas. Let's talk about managing blood sugar first. This is near and dear to my heart because I know personally that unstable blood sugar makes you feel crazy. It leads to cravings and overeating and irritability. And it also triggers a stress response in the body. It is so incredibly stressful for your body if your blood sugar is out of whack. So it's very, very important, especially during the holidays, to keep that blood sugar stabilized. If you're not on a blood sugar roller coaster, you're going to feel calm and peaceful and happy, and you're not going to crave all of the crap that is surrounding you in terms of the processed foods and the sweets and the alcohol. So the one thing that really changed my blood sugar was drinking a pink drink once a day. So the pink drink is our Plexus Slim, and the main ingredient is chromium. And chromium stabilizes the blood sugar. It also helps us build muscle. And our Plexus Slim also has stevia in it. So it is a really natural sweetener. So it does taste sweet, but it doesn't affect our blood sugar. This product is amazing. It also has alpha lipoic acid, which decreases inflammation, helps our body detoxify. And it's my #1 holiday weight gain buster. So if there's one product to get on, this would be it for the holidays. Now, as Toy was mentioning in her testimony, she really suffered from a lot of gut health issues, and so many people do. Your digestive system is so important. 80% of your immune system is in your gut. And your intestines are where you absorb all of your nutrients. Your digestive system also helps regulate hormones, and it gets rid of toxins. And let me tell you something about toxins. They make us fat, right? Because we store toxins in our fat, in our adipose tissue. So when your body lets go of the toxins, then it signals the body to let go of the fat. And how cool would it be if you could, just by taking these 2 products, signal to your body to let go of that fat? I mean, everyone would be very excited about that. So with the ProBio 5, I also recommend adding in the Bio Cleanse, because the ProBio 5 is going to actually get the toxins out. The Bio Cleanse is going to get them out of your body. Okay, so it has magnesium in there, which is wonderful for improving bowel movements. It also helps you sleep, and magnesium is great for stress. It helps reduce stress in our body. So these 2 products really go together. They're kind of like the Wonder Twin. You know, they've got powers together. So the BioCleanse acts as a garbage disposal, really getting rid of the toxins that the ProBio digs out of our tissues. So I recommend taking the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse daily, especially during the holidays, so that you can avoid all of those triggers that we talked about earlier. So inflammation is really important. You've probably heard about inflammation in the news, on the internet, in articles that you read. Scientific studies show that chronic inflammation can lead to weight gain, diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and cancer. That is a long, substantial list. I promise you, you want to reduce the inflammation in your body in order to feel vibrant and also to extend the longevity of your life. Every American, I believe, this is my opinion, should take an omega supplement. Omegas are proven to reduce inflammation in the body, and our Plexus Mega X is very special, you guys. It is one of the only plant-based omegas on the marketplace that has omega 3, 6, and 9, and also has omega 5 and 7. So the great thing about it being plant-based is you're not going to get like a fishy, burpy taste that you get from so many fish oil supplements. So that's, first of all, fantastic. The second piece is that additional omega 5 and omega 7 is actually going to act as an anti-ager. Omega 5 is fantastic at dealing with wrinkles and skin issues, and omega 7 is actually even more potent than the other omegas in terms of getting rid of inflammation. So this product is a must. I never go a day without these products because I do deal with inflammation. I have since I was a kid, probably because of my sugar addiction for so many years. But this is a great holiday weight gain preventer. Definitely get some Mega X. And last but not least, one thing that's really important to think about is nutrient deprivation. So many Americans are walking around feeling pretty awful because they are nutrient deprived. And the standard American diet, meat, cheese, white bread, processed foods, lacks really, really important nutrients. And when our body doesn't have the proper nutrients, we feel sluggish, exhausted. We get some mystery symptoms that we don't know where they're coming from. And it's usually a lack of nutrients. The Plexus X Factor is our multivitamin with aloe, and the amazing thing about aloe is that it improves absorption. So you might be taking a multivitamin now, but you're not feeling the positive effects because, quite frankly, you're probably not absorbing them. And aloe improves the absorption of vitamins and minerals by 280%. In addition to that, the other thing that's really important during the holidays is vitamin D. Vitamin D is critical for immune function and for energy. And during the holidays, a lot of people get sick. A lot of people get the flu. And if you increase your vitamin D during the winter months, it is less likely that you will get sick. It is less likely that you will catch whatever is going around. So I love X Factor. These products, the Plexus Slim, the ProBio, the BioCleanse, the Mega X and the X Factor are really my holiday must-haves in order to prevent weight gain and in order to just prevent feeling blah as you go into the season surrounded by all of these different foods that you might normally eat. So I want to give you a few holiday eating tips, and then I'm going to turn it back over to Toy, and she's going to talk to you about the Plexus Amazing Business Opportunity. But some of the things that you need to think about for the holidays, just in terms of your diet, is do not skip breakfast. So many people skip breakfast and they just end up craving more food later in the day, or they end up binging because they have not started the day with plenty of nutrients in their body. You just went to sleep for hopefully 7 to 8 hours. Your body needs to be refueled. When you sleep, that is when your body heals itself. So when you wake up, you need to fuel it so that it can continue working the way God made us to work. So do not skip breakfast. Eat before you go to a holiday party. This might seem counterintuitive, but if you go to a holiday party starving, there is just no way that you're not going to eat something less than optimal. So I always eat plenty of veggies, maybe have a salad, maybe get some protein, so that when I end up at a holiday party, I don't feel famished and I don't feel like I need to eat any of the sweets or any of the other food or alcohol that's around me. Always, always, always eat plenty of organic protein. Protein is so important in terms of feeling satiated. It helps build muscle. So definitely make sure you're getting enough protein. Fat is your friend. I want you to eat fat. Fat it's not your lover, but it is your friend. And so it's an important component of a healthy diet. Things like avocados, nuts, and seeds, olive oil, coconut oil, those are all fantastic examples of fats. Decrease your processed food, so that's anything that comes in a can, a box, a package. I want you to try to dump sugar. I know it's harder during the holidays, but if you start drinking Plexus Slim, the pink drink, that will become much easier. There's never a time when I think that we should be eating artificial sweeteners. They are just bad news bears. So many scientific studies have shown that they have been linked to diseases like Alzheimer's, and they also cause you to crave more sweets. It actually, when your body gets the artificial sweetener and understands that it didn't really get anything because it's 0 calories, 0 everything, your body will be like, hey, you faked me out. I need some nutrients. I need something sweet. So it actually causes you to crave more food, and a lot of times it causes you to crave more sweets. And then last but not least is break up with coffee. I know so many people love, love, love their coffee, and I don't get it because I'm not a coffee drinker, but what I will tell you is that coffee does increase your blood sugar, and when your blood sugar increases, that stresses out your body, that causes you to crave other foods, and so it's really not a good idea to start your day with coffee. And I recommend starting with a warm water with lemon. That will help start your digestive system, and it will also help you detoxify. So I hope that you have enjoyed these wonderful tips in terms of the holidays. I'm going to give it back to Toy, and she is going to talk to you about the business opportunity.
Thank you so much for that, Kim. I'm going to share my screen here for a second, and bear with me. It's a little off. Ooh, you're getting a preview of all to come. So, as you heard Kim say, we have an amazing company. Plexus, with the introduction of our Plexus Lemon Accelerator, experienced a more than 16,000% growth rate over a 3-year span from 2011 to 2013. We are happy to say that we are a debt-free company, and we are actually in the process of constructing a 70,000 square foot facility and warehouse space in Scottsdale, Arizona. We've also been recognized by the Inc. 5000, making the list at 132. We're actually ranked at number 11 among the top health companies in the nation. We were also featured in Success at Home magazine. They dedicated actually a whole issue just to us for what we've been doing. And we were also ranked number 56 in the Direct Selling News 2015 Global 100, up 20 spots from last year, and number 30 in North America. So definitely a company that you can feel proud of to get behind. Plexus is certainly a different type of company. A lot of times when people think of an MLM, they're thinking, oh my gosh, you want me to buy in at this huge amount, and then I have to buy these products that I may or may not be able to get rid of. Well, that's not the case with Plexus. There's no requirement to carry inventory. There's no requirement to host parties. No taking orders, no managing money, or handling delivery. That is all done for you at the corporate office. And the best thing about all of that, while you're having this easy peasy situation, is that we get residual income. And there's this saying that if you understood residual income, you would break through a brick wall to get it. Residual incomes means that you can do something today, and a month from now, 2 months from now, a year, 2 years from now, you could still be getting paid off of the work that you did today. Life-changing products. As you've heard, Kim and I's lives have changed because of these products. They're amazing. So you get all of that stuff that makes us different. There are 3 ways that you can come into this company. One way is retail, just from being one of our customers. It's a one-time order. The great thing about that, we have a 60-day money-back guarantee, which shows you that Plexus stands behind the products. You cannot go to Walmart or GNC and say, you know what, I tried this for 2 months. I know it's almost empty, but yeah, it just didn't work for me. Can I get my money back in full? They're going to laugh you right out of the store, but not with Plexus. They say, okay. There's no minimum to order, so it's not like you have to order a certain amount. You can still get that 60-day money-back guarantee. There's no contract. Preferred, I like this one a little bit more because I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll have the best of intentions and say, okay, I want to, order something on a regular basis, and I always forget. So then you run out of your product, and that's horrible. Kim can tell you I did that a couple of times when I was her retail customer, and I quickly learned that that was not the way to go. With being a preferred customer, you still get the 60-day money-back guarantee. You're on auto shipment, so you're guaranteed to get your order every single month. There's no minimum to order. There's no contract, but you get 10% off of retail. And then you get an additional 10% off from month 4 and on. So there's a little incentive there. Now, wholesale, this is the one that I finally wised up to and was like, okay, what am I doing here? I love these products. Who doesn't want to pay the cheapest price for something? Who doesn't live for a sale? I know I do. So with wholesale, you still get convenient ordering like you do as a customer. You have the one-time option to purchase a welcome pack, which is actually below wholesale prices, so you get to save even more when you first join. There's no minimum to order. You get the deepest discounts. The business opportunity, y'all, this is what had my eyes bugging out when Kim told me about this in 2014, is that it only costs $34.95 a year. Amazing, right? I mean, can you imagine starting a business and you're paying $34.95 a year? I can tell you, if you wanted to get a McDonald's or any other type of franchise, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. Plus, my favorite part, if you're going to be wholesale, why not get your products paid for? Why not even make extra money? In fact, in Plexus, we have the ability to get paid 11 different ways. And it's not on here, but you guys must know this too. Not only do we have the ability to get paid 11 different ways, we also can get paid up to 5 times a month. That didn't happen when I had a regular job. All right, here are also some perks. You get to help others. If you're that type of person that cares about people, then you definitely are a Plexus person. You get to improve your health, and your health is your wealth. You also get the cheapest prices, as we mentioned. First, to buy new products when they come out. You also get additional income, and you have a supportive and loving community. Some of my best friends now are fellow Plexis. That was something that I didn't really anticipate, but I'm so glad that that has been like a healthy side effect of joining this amazing company. So as I mentioned, 11 different ways to get paid, and a few of them are retail and wholesale commissions and rewards. You also get business building bonuses and achievement bonuses, and a business building bonus is basically just growing your team and having other people who sign in wholesale. You also get pay points, and just to tell you in layman's terms what that means is basically profit sharing. And the larger your team, the more profits sharing that you will be able to enjoy. So that's where some really big magic happens, is with those pay points. So it's a really good commission plan, and whoever invited you onto this webinar, all you have to do is get with them at the end and they can explain that to you furthermore. But just know, 11 different ways to get paid 5 times a month. Hallelujah, right? Okay, so here is a look at the estimated monthly income for each Plexus rank. Seniors are people who just have 2 ambassadors underneath them, but I want you to take a look at the silvers. That's our first promotion, really, and those are the folks who have at least 3 friends or family members who decided to come in wholesale with them as well, and they're making an average of $422 a month, and that's pretty good. I mean, think about it. That could be somebody's car note, maybe your light bill too. Golds, a little over 1,000. Senior golds. I really want to show you guys the ruby, because this is where we start to see people's lives really changing. I mean, if you think about it, I don't know your finances, but I bet there's somebody here that would even say, wow, $422 extra a month. Wow, I could stop robbing Peter to pay Paul at that amount. Now imagine if $400 or $500 a month could change your life a month. How would making almost $3,000 a month on a part-time job change your life? There are people who work full-time and don't make that kind of money. There are people right now probably on this webinar who are not making that kind of money, and there are people in Plexus making that part-time. Senior Ruby, $4,303. Emerald, that life-changing money, the level that Kim has reached, they make $9,937 a month. And then Sapphires, who are just above Kim, they make $20,384, and Diamonds an average of $36,891. So diamonds are literally making what some people make in a year, they're making that in a month. And I'm just going to tell you from my own personal knowledge of having so many friends who are in this business that these numbers are very conservative. I know rubies and emeralds and sapphires and diamonds who are making more than this average. All right, so let's talk about those perks, as if the money isn't a big enough perk. You get trips, you get cars, there's contests. So emeralds, where Kim is, the ones who are making almost $10,000 a month or more, they also get a Plexus Lexus, and they get the choice of these white ones that you see here. The Sapphires also get a choice of those same Lexus cars and SUVs, and then below you see the black cars, which goes for the Diamonds. And those cars are pretty sweet. So imagine having the opportunity to go to Park Place, for example, and walk away with a free car. That's awesome. In addition to that, we mentioned the trips. They get a trip to Hawaii every single year. They'll be going to Kona this year. And then also they get a lot of other perks. They got those Tiffany bracelets at their Hawaii trip this year. So the company always does little extra things. But you don't just have to be an emerald, a sapphire, or a diamond to get these perks as well. I mean, you can't get those, but you can go to, example, Leaders Retreat, which is at the bottom left-hand corner. And Leaders Retreat was something that I earned this past year. We went in October, or this year rather, and it was amazing. Basically, you have to earn your way to go. It doesn't matter what rank you are. You just have to do whatever the contest is at the time. They put us up in the Gaylord Resort in D.C. for a week, and it was amazing. They blocked off a couple of streets in D.C. as well to have a street party just for the Plexus folks, and they just treated us like royalty. We also had a chance to see Jewel in concert. She just surprised us on our last day and gave us a full-fledged concert. That was amazing. I was jumping up and down and kind of embarrassed myself. So I was glad I was in front of people who have become family. And then you see those checks. People also get a chance to earn checks. In fact, Kim earned $2,000 at Leaders Retreat. And then one of the things that I am working wholeheartedly for next year for Leaders Retreat is the $5,000 Bloomingdale shopping spree. Like, that would be amazing. $5,000 on top of the cash, on top of everything that Plexus does for us. But even still, they do other things for us. We just had a contest this past November where we were able to make up to an extra $1,000 on top of our amazing compensation plan already. So a number of people on our team were able to get the different levels of extra money coming to them that will happen right before Christmas time. So it's perfect timing. Now I'm going to go a little rogue. We were having some technical issues, and I'm going to see if I can, because I see you there. Jocelyn is one of my new folks, and she has an amazing testimony. She hasn't been in Plexus very long, but already she's seeing the benefits. And so, Jocelyn, if you will, go ahead and share your story.
Yes. I'm excited to share my story. Hi, everyone. I'm Jocelyn Davidson. I am an ambassador with Plexus. I am newly into this, and I tell you, I am loving every minute of it. When I say every minute of it, I have great leadership. I have great friends now. So I'm excited about being. But just to give you a brief summary of what my story is, basically, I have been praying to God for an answer. I had gained some weight, some unwanted pounds in the last 2 years, and I was troubled. I was wanting an answer. I was wanting to lose weight. I was looking at myself in the mirror daily and was really disgusted with what I was seeing. I mean, I loved who I was, but I wasn't happy with what I saw when I looked in the mirror. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. You're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're just not that same person. And that was me. My mom had been diagnosed with diabetes, and then my 16-year-old nephew as well was diagnosed, and I knew it was something I had to do because my aunts have diabetes, my excuse me, my uncles have diabetes. It was definitely a family thing, and I didn't have it yet, but if I continued down the path that I was traveling, that meant that I too could have it. Did I want that? No. I have 2 amazing kids and a loving husband that I want to live for and I want to be healthy for. And I felt I wasn't living my best life. So what I decided to do was, just continue to pray. And then I saw Latoya Silman, right? I saw her on Facebook just like everyone else. They're on Facebook and they're looking at posts, and she had a post about Plexus and how she was leaving a career, a successful career in news to pursue this dream, this newfound love. And so I inquired, I sent her a message, and she told me about it. She sent me information and via email. And then I read over the information, still wasn't quite sure, but I knew I wanted to try it anyway, because what else did I have to lose? I had nothing to lose. So I tried it and I loved it. I loved it. I loved how I felt. I love how I feel. I love the changes in my body. It wasn't, I just felt more energized. I am like him in that I am a sweet eater. I love, 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 love sugar. I will eat cupcakes and donuts and candy and anything I can that's sweet, right? But I didn't want it. I didn't crave it. And the first time I was like, oh, I'm not even hungry. What is going on with me? Is this what it's supposed to happen? And it did happen. And I felt good about it. And I am on a journey that I love, and I love Plexus. And I want to share it with the world.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Jocelyn, for telling us about your story. Jocelyn is she's just an ambassador, and we're become fast friends. I love talking to her. She just has such a light. And you'll learn that with Plexus, a lot of people are just good-hearted people and some of the best people that you've ever met. And why wouldn't we be happy? I mean, we're sleeping better, we have more energy, we're making some money. So those are the things that usually keep people up at night, so you don't have that situation with Plexus. I want to go ahead and share my screen with you guys again to show you this amazing opportunity that we have for you guys tonight. Kim is the most generous person that I know, and I fear that you can't see that full screen. Can you, Kim? No. So basically, I am going to stop sharing. There you go. As you can see, we have a special offer. It only lasts 2 hours tonight. You can sign up as a Plexus ambassador on Kim's team, or my team, or Jocelyn's team, or anyone that is affiliated with Kim Pollock. So if someone invited you to this webinar and they say, oh, I know Kim Pollock, then you can get this deal. In the next 2 hours, you can receive for free Kim Pollock's 30-day Gut Happy Meal Plan, where you will enjoy recipes such as easy egg muffins, butternut squash, tacos, and healthy nachos. Kim has some great ideas. She's very innovative. You can also get her 10-day detox program, which starts on Monday, which is just next week. So you guys, that detox, I've done it twice, and each time I lost about 7 to 8 pounds, and so did family members that have done it as well. You will be changed from this detox. Also, Kim Pollock's Get Well ebook, which is a great read to just help you with things that we constantly need to be reminded of, how to live our best lives. So I want you to leave us with this. What you do today can improve your tomorrows. Don't be afraid to get off that couch and start doing something to not only better you, but your family as well. Now is the time. Do not put it off. And you guys, I want to tell you that we have free shipping until December 14th, so it really is the time to take advantage and save a little bit of extra money. I want to thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join us this evening. Remember to get back to the ambassador that invited you to this webinar with any questions or to sign up. We would love to work with you. Again, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.
Good night.